Just stunning pictures there, which tells the whole story. From bridesmaid of World Cups to now, just some hours ago, making it to their first ever ICC World Cup final. And you could see the emotions running high in those pictures, just a few of those. Strangely odd and gratifying too for a cricket lover to see happy scenes in a South African men's cricket camp after a semi-final match. Because every ICC tournament, it was the same story. So near and yet so far. They always walked into an ICC tournament as one of the favourites with a strong side. You look back, you see the likes of A.B. de Villiers, Sean Pollock, Graeme Smith, Jacques Kallis, Alan Donald, you name it, and all marquee names have been a part of this side, and yet they all had one thing in common: they never got past a semi-final of a World Cup. This Proteas side have finally done it. They beat Afghanistan in a very clinical, one-sided affair. A team that crumbled in an ODI World Cup not too long ago was redoing its own script. Of course, some of the social media memes taking the light-hearted side to all of this. But here's the thing about this South African side. They might have been exceptional throughout the tournament, but they aren't as threatening on paper as the Proteas teams of the past. They don't have a 360-degree factor like A.B. de Villiers, a charismatic player like Faf du Plessis, nor do they have the world-class all-rounder of the like of Kallis. No one half as brilliant as Sean Pollock or the calm and composed Hashim Amla in their batting lineup. But all of them have come together to play as one, as a collective effort to make every game count. That's taken them to this final frontier. Every match, there has been a different winner step up for the Proteas. Andrik Nortje delivered against Sri Lanka. David Miller won the game against the Netherlands. Hendrik Klaassen stepped up against Bangladesh. Tabraiz Shamsi kept up South Africa's unbeaten run alive. Quinton de Kock set the Super 8s on fire. And of course, we had Marco Jansen coming in just as hot. This has been the highlight of their tournament, that you don't need one superstar to carry a team across, just a collective team. And backing them all has been, of course, their strong belief that this year could be theirs.
It was about doing your best every game. Nothing different for today. I'm glad things are going our way. We believe this is the team to win a World Cup. Why play if you don't believe it?
Why play if you don't believe you can win at all? Simple and yet so powerful. That's the difference for South Africa this time around. They've got so far on the back of fumbling wins, close shaves, and holding their nerve against many opponents who pushed them to the brink. And so they are here at the final hurdle after almost losing quite a few matches. And that helps. Because unbeaten runs are impressive, but a failure in the early stages of the tournament paves way for championships. It gives you the opportunity to course correct. Take Australia in the 2023 ODI World Cup, for example. They lost their matches early on, just about qualified for the semi-finals, and beat India in the final, a team that had come in unbeaten. So South Africa now are prepared for the worst and have their best approach in the tank. The biggest MVP of their tournament. And surprise, surprise, has been their ability to play under pressure. Who would have thought that? And especially when you have this staring at you. A baggage of a past that has pulled you down over decades. Since they got back into the realm of international cricket, South Africa have lost 8 World Cup semi-finals. That's 7 actually. 7 times they've lost semi-finals. Initially, everyone thought it's just luck not favouring them, like the 1992 loss, which was down to DLS. But of course, where they needed more than 20 runs in one delivery, or the 1999 exit when Lance Klusen and Alan Donald were involved in a chaotic run-out. But then it became quite a bit of a pattern, and you see those heartbreaking scenes across every edition, whether it was 2015 later on, 2023 as well, and the years before. They say you're third time lucky, but I guess for South Africa, the misery was such that they had to be 8th time lucky, and this just to enter a final. But apart from the history of choking, the nation has been embroiled in some very unfortunate episodes that have marred them and the sport. be it getting banned from international cricket for 21 years due to apartheid, onto the infamous Hansi Cronje match-fixing scandal, and of course, the race-related quotas. The history of controversies run very deep. Even before the tournament, the national team faced criticism for including only one coloured player in the squad. The quota demands too, so there is enough going on in the backdrop for any side to just lose its way. Yet this group has managed to hold on, and a huge credit for that goes to their captain, someone who's had his way in ICC events, be it the Under-19 tournament 10 years ago or in senior cricket. Aiden Markram has a 100% win record as captain for South Africa in World Cups. He's the only South African cricket captain to win a World Cup. That was the Under-19 ODI World Cup way back in 2014. The South African women's cricket team came this close last year in 2023, reached the final only to lose to Australia, but this year, come this weekend, is destiny. It awaits this South African team. Within grasp is something truly historical, magical, an opportunity to completely shed the trauma that South African cricket team has had to bear for decades. The baggage of the chokers tag that they will look to shirk off, and that's something worth giving it all for. Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies.